The U.S. Senate race in Georgia is heating up. Republican Senate candidate in the Peach State, Herschel Walker, now leading Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock 49% to 45%. That according to Emerson College polling. Joining us now is Herschel Walker, Georgia Senate candidate. Herschel, welcome. Thanks for coming on National Report today.
Hey, thank you for having me on.
You're so welcome. All right, those polls, they are pretty close. I know we're months away from November, but if you were to appeal to those undecided voters out there, what would be your top priorities for Georgians if you were to serve them in Washington?
Well, I think my first priority to let those undecided voters know that I represent everybody, not just Republican, but I represent the Democrats as well. And then I think my other priorities would be, I think we got to get this border thing straightened out. I think that is very, very important in so many ways. And the reason I say that is because that's going to affect the economy, that's going to affect crime, that's going to affect so many different areas. And I think that's important that we got to at least get aggressive with what's going on there.
Sure. Title 42 set to expire at the end of May. So definitely a story we are following closely. We're also following, of course, your campaign. I know you've got some major endorsements from Senator Ted Cruz, Tommy Tuberville, also Senator Bill Hagerty here so far. 14 sitting U.S. senators are supporting your campaign here. What does it mean to have those endorsements?
Well, that means a great deal. That means a great deal that they believe in me, and I think they've looked at my record. I hear so many people talking about what I've done in the past, with the football. Yeah, I play football, but I haven't put on football pads in, over 20-something years, and they're still talking about being a fan of me playing football. But I think people forgot that I also built a business, so I know how to put people to work. I also have worked in the mental health field for almost 18 years, so I know about that, and I sit on a publicly traded board. There's so many other things that I've done, and I understand today that I think that's the reason they're endorsing me.
We're entering a very holy week for Christians around the world, and I notice you've got a necklace on. Is faith important to you? Tell me about the significance of that.
Faith is one of the most important things to me, and every time I ever make any speech, I always acknowledge my Lord Jesus Christ, because I've been blessed. I've been blessed my whole life, and I'm running against a pastor, and the pastor I'm running against, he don't believe in life. He believes in abortion. He don't believe in some of the things that is written in the Bible. So I'm totally confused that how can he be a preacher and say some of the things that he's saying right now. I think that is so sad. And I will ask the question about some of those things that he's preaching, and I also say, guys, we have a 10 Commandments that people have forgotten about, and thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not covet. Right now, you see crime has picked up so much, all the crime with robbery and all that. So why are our churches not getting involved? Because right now we need warriors. We need warriors to step out there and say the right thing rather than trying to be politically correct and let people run around the streets doing whatever they want to do.
There's another storyline that we've been following, and with your experience as an athlete, I wanted to ask you about this debate of transgender athletes participating in sports, particularly when it comes to women's sports as well. We've seen this at the collegiate level with swimmer Leah Thomas competing, and in some cases beating all the biological women in at least one category here. Do you think that's appropriate? Is that fair?
From Herschel Walker, no, that's not fair, and men shouldn't be in women's sports. It is sad that right now we're trying to determine what is a woman, where it's written in the Bible what a woman is. You have two. There's man and woman. That's it. And I don't think men should be competing in women's sports. I don't know who decided to let that happen, and now they're threatening if you speak out against it, well, Herschel Walker, you're going to speak out against it. That's one thing people are going to find out about me, is I didn't come to this office just to get along. I came to do what's right. And what's right is men shouldn't be in women's sports. Right now, if we continue to let this happen, things are going to get worse. Where's the feminists right now that want to step out and say, what you're going to do now, you're going to take everything away from women? No, it's not right.
All right. Well, we'll keep watching your campaign. Herschel Walker joining us this morning here on National Report. Thanks for your time today, sir.
Thank you. And continue to tell people to go to teamherschel.com and put me in the Senate, and you'll see things change.